Saturday, August 17, 2013. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is not my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. In fact, if you look behind in the background right around there, that is my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. This here is my 1979 Mercedes 240 diesel parts car. I picked this up last week. This is a one-owner car. The previous owner stopped driving it around 1997, which is when the inspection sticker ran out. So if I can get you a closer shot of that. Anyhow, I didn't really need a parts car, but this, like I said, it's a one-owner car, 214,000 miles on it, 4-speed manual. Mechanically a lot younger than the 83. I think it's actually probably rusted quite a bit worse. The car is filthy. This car was sitting on 4 flat tires about 3 feet from the woods for years. And if you give me a moment, I'll show you the passenger side to show you all the moss and lichens still growing on this car. Gonna have to be careful of these guys. You can see all the stuff here growing in the dirt and grime. And if you take a look at the passenger side fender here, you can see all sorts of stuff just growing on it. Like I said, the passenger side here was just sitting right up near the woods for years. See all this moss and whatnot growing on the passenger side window here. Like I said, the car's really rusty. You can see the windshield frame is just kind of wrecked at this point right here. It's probably pretty bad all around. Some more of this growth here on the car. I actually already ordered some parts here, which came earlier in the week. Just drag this box out. This is bamboo colored MB Tex interior, which does need a cleaning, but is in otherwise pretty fantastic shape. The only real damage is here in the driver's seat. The padding's kind of worn out. Tear here in the vinyl and here. I actually I like the MB Tex better than the leather, so I'm going to be using this interior in the 83, even though it's not correct for the year. Probably the dashboard too, which isn't as nice as the mint one I found on eBay, or sorry, found on Craigslist, but I can resell that one for more than I paid, I'm sure. Steering wheel's also good. Like I said, 4-speed manual. 214,000 miles on it. And last but not least, let me show you the tires that were on the car. These tires here are the worst I've ever seen. I don't know if you can see in right here, but they dry rotted so bad that the steel bands actually poked through, and they themselves rotted and froze, rotted and just shredded. I think this tire here is the only one still holding air, and even it is dry rotted worse than any tires I've ever seen. So, when I went to the seller's house, I obviously brought a set of bump cake alloys with good tires. So, my task for this afternoon is to try to get the car running. I did try to start the car last week at the seller's house, and I'll probably splice in some video of me trying to start it there. Didn't want to start, but let me show you what I did and what I'm going to do. So last week at the seller's house, obviously I hooked up a fresh battery, which I'm going to have to bring back out here to the car. You can see the original battery tray is just, it's completely disintegrated. Nothing left there to save. I opened up the air filter, and the air filter itself was absolutely disintegrated. You can see bits and pieces of it still in there. I've got to take off the air cleaner housing if I can get it off in one piece, and clean this out before I put a new air filter in. when I tried to start it last week, obviously it was without an air filter because I didn't have one. You can see I installed a new fuel filter there, a new one here, and if you look closely, a new primer pump, because those do tend to leak with age. And because I'm not certain of the condition of the fuel tank or the lines, this is the temporary fuel tank right here, this old Folgers can. Just enough to get the car started. Obviously I'm not going to be driving it on that. Or won't be driving the car anywhere anyway. So, my task right now obviously is to clean out the air filter housing, get the battery back installed, and then figure out why the glow plugs are not firing. So I'm going to pull those out of the engine, and if any look broken, I'm going to replace them and see if that fixes the problem. All four tires are kind of hopelessly dry rotted and just destroyed. Actually, I think 1 out of 4 is still holding air, but that won't be for long. My goal for this morning is to get the car up onto 4 wheels and get it running again. Kind of a lofty goal for a car that has been sitting for 13 years, but I think I'm up to the challenge. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to try to get some wheels onto this and see if the wheels still turn. Then I'm going to see about getting the car started. Okay, well I've cleaned up a bunch of electrical connections, and the glow plug circuit still does not seem to be activating. So at this point I'm suspecting a problem with the relay. I pulled all the fuses out of the fuse box, cleaned all the connections there, put in new fuses, and I don't even think the glow plug relay is fused off that circuit because it's got a separate inline fuse for the circuit. So what I'm going to do is actually try to power the glow plugs directly off the battery. It's just it's a simple circuit, so I'm just going to run a 10 gauge 12 volt wire from the battery directly to the input for the glow plug circuit, and let it warm up for a little while, then see if the car will crank over. Wish me luck. Okay, start cranking. Yeah. First start in 13 years. This car has not been running since the Clinton administration. Booyah! While I have this running, I'm going to run some more diesel purge through it, but it's running, and it's running well. Like I said, for the first time in 13 years. There's no exhaust system on it because that got torn off while the car was being pulled onto the trailer. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1979 240D parts car, and I'll be taking it apart for you soon. Have a good day.